Okay. Hopefully it doesn't echo if I do this, but YouTube, let me know if that makes it better. Let me know. Let me know if that makes it better. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You hear me? Okay, yay. Okay. Okay, cool. YouTube hears me. Bunker hears me. I think we're good. Okay, cool. Okay, yay. Okay, cool. And no echo. Okay, good. All right. Thank you. I think I figured out how to do both now. Okay, cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you may not have heard any of that. So let's see. Real quick. I'm Allie, Bronx Witch. This is Tea and Tarot. Hope you got some tea, but I don't judge you if you don't. This is Peppermint. That's what we're calling on today. We got a brand new deck. I got it as a gift from someone who attended the Omega retreat that I taught at for the Magically Queer retreat with Matt Oren. This deck is called the Lineages of Change Tarot, and it highlights change makers through history, which is perfect for this new moon in Leo. Hey, your Empress. Perfect for the new moon in Leo. In case you missed the beginning, or in case I was just like muted in the beginning, this is a monthly business forecast that I do for my witches. Spiritual work is work, and you should be getting paid. I believe that very strongly. And so I help spiritual practitioners to grow thriving businesses so that they don't have to choose between surviving and serving the communities that they belong to. I provide business knowledge that I have gained over my 5 years of growing my business, Witchwork, the only co working space for spiritual and wellness practitioners in New York. Okay. But I also feel very strongly that while we need practical business knowledge, it is important that we do not lose sight of the spiritual practices that we share with others, and that have gotten us to where we are. So, yes, I talk about business formation. Yes, I share knowledge and education on strategies and marketing and all of that good stuff. But I also make sure that I go to spirit first, that I connect with my guides, I connect with my ancestors regularly, and I take guidance from them as I make decisions about my business. So it would be really weird for me not to include a spiritual component in what I offer to the world. Okay. So every month, today we are here on the new moon in Leo. I like to come together with the Better Witch community and pull cards, channeling messages from the divine, from spirit, to help guide us in our next steps in our practices and in our businesses. If you are tuning in on YouTube, the first portion of this is a collective reading for everyone. So you are free to tune in to listen to the messages for your sun, moon, or rising. Connect with what resonates with you, take what resonates with you, and leave the rest. But if you would like personalized readings, then you're going to want to be a part of the bunker, because when I'm done with the collective reading, I will be taking specific questions from my bunker witches. So, bunker witches, go ahead and sign in and head to the Hall of Magic, one of our 7 rooms in the bunker, in order to participate in that part of this reading. Okay. I think I recapped everything. So this deck is new, which means I just need to take a quick moment to cleanse it and consecrate it. This is my very first time using it, so I'm going to be letting it know who I am, who I want to connect with through it, and what it is that I want to know. This new moon in Leo is asking you to identify where you can leave a legacy, where you can be a leader, and who is going to come along for that ride. Because Leo energy is very much aligned with loyalty. So not only is Leo the king of the jungle and a leader, Leo also has to be very discerning about who it keeps in its circle, because a weak link in the pack can mean devastation for everybody. So, as a leader, one of the most important things for you to do is to not only step into your power as a leader, but to make sure that anybody in your circle that is not loyal to you, anyone that does not see you and respect you as a leader, anyone that is not supportive of you stepping into this chapter of your life, that you be willing to separate from them, because they could be potentially disastrous for everything that you do. It might seem harsh and brutal, okay, but it's not. It's nature, okay? And the lion has to do what it has to do to lead its pack. Some people simply cannot go with you into this next chapter. Some people are the reason why you haven't been able to show up as a leader up until now, because they doubt you, because they fill you with insecurity, because they maybe are dealing with their own toxic traits and addictions and problems and want you to help them through it. And you did not come to this earth to help one person with their problems. You came here to lead potentially millions. So, unfortunately, you have to be strong enough to identify people in your circle who could be holding you back from stepping into that leadership role. And we're going to be asking Spirit today to help you to identify who those people might be and give you the strength to part ways with them if you need to. Crystal is sipping on chamomile and lavender tea. Oh, that sounds so good. All right, witches. Let's go ahead and cleanse this deck and get into these messages. Oh, okay. That came up for a reason. All right, let's get into it. The first shuffle is always the nicest. Okay, so I am going to be pulling a card for each of the elements. And you can tune into those elemental readings for your sun, moon, and rising signs. We're going to be talking about action, so you might also consider connecting in to the element that resonates with your Mars sign as well. I'm being told to start with Earth. So if you are a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, we're asking Spirit for a message for this new moon in Leo How can Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus step into their power as a leader and ensure that those around them are loyal? Mm. Earth signs. We have the Ace of Air in the reverse. These cards are so beautiful. And the message that's coming through is right now, it is time for you to pull yourself out of this space of indecision. It feels like you have been trying to make choices about who you want to be and how you want to show up in the world. And you've been maybe kind of dancing back and forth between different options. And almost like I feel this sensation of like dipping your toe in, dipping your toe in, dipping your toe. And this is saying it's time to make a choice. It's time to make a choice. The sword, like it's time to put it into the stone and say, okay, this is me and this is what I am doing. So up until now, you may have been either trying to portray yourself in multiple ways. So you might be like multi hyphenate. I'm seeing like the vision of like social media pages that say like I'm interested in this and this and this and this and this. And there's nothing wrong with being dynamic, and there's nothing wrong with being complex. As humans, we are. But in order for you to be a leader, you need to establish clarity in your message to the world. And so if your message to the world is unclear of who you are, what you stand for, and who you are here to help, then everybody else is going to be unclear and they're not going to follow you. No one is going to follow an unclear leader. So for you, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, to step into this chapter of leadership, it's going to be critical that you make a decision about who you are and how you want people to perceive you. So you might want to do some mirror work. You might want to do some glamour work. You might want to do some meditation or some shadow work. What is the version of you that you are ready to show up as in the world? I also just saw like a vision board or a mood board on like Pinterest or something like that. So you might need to sit down and create visuals. If you're like a visual learner, you might need to sit down and literally create a visual of who you want to be. What do you want to dress like? What do you want people to think of when they see you? How do you want to carry yourself? How do you want to carry your hair? Because right now you've been kind of moving in different directions, and this new moon is a time to start fresh and re-emerge on the other side of this new moon as your new self. What I recommend to you is that you use the next couple of weeks to get clear on who that version of you is, and then wait until after the retrograde is over to kind of announce that to the world. Okay. Because right now, even though, yes, it is the new moon in Leo, we also are in a Mercury retrograde, which means that there is the possibility for you to be misunderstood. So when you emerge with that clarity about who you are and who you're here to serve, you don't want people to take it the wrong way. So I would spend this new moon phase for the next few days and the next couple of weeks getting clear about who you are in the world and how you want to show up. And then like literally like launch that to the world. You might change your social media, you might change your business name, whatever the case may be, but reemerge after the retrograde with that clear message and that clear vision of who you are, and people will receive it really, really well. Okay. Before we move on to the other sides, I want to see the herb that is associated with this card so that you have some extra support. The herb is chamomile. Okay. So for my earth sign, sun, moon, and rising, to help you navigate this new moon in Leo, to help you get clear about who you want to be in the world, what you want to look like as a leader, and how to communicate that to the world, then chamomile is going to be the herb that is going to help you with that. Chamomile channels the energy of healing, success, rejuvenation. It attracts abundance and clarity of vision. Okay. So if you're like, I don't even really know like what version of me I want to put out into the world, chamomile is going to help you to get clear about that. It makes a fantastic tea, as Crystal can tell you. So it's very easy to work with. But you could also use it as a spiritual bath. You can steep it in water and bathe yourself with it. You can also put it into witch hazel and make a face toner for it. So for those of you that are doing some glamour magic and maybe enchanting your makeup to help you show up at this new version of yourself, you can infuse chamomile into witch hazel to make a toner that you put on your face before you put on your makeup. Okay. All right, earth signs, you got that? It's time to decide. And let me know if that message resonates. I'm feeling air next. Air signs. Laurenberg is a triple air. And I love seeing you guys talk to each other and help each other out in the chat. That's what this community is about. Empress, everything, you might consider joining the bunker. We are all in there helping each other through these very same types of questions, challenges, etc. All right, air signs, air signs, air signs. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. What is your new moon in Leo message? How can you step into this chapter as a leader? How can you make sure that those in your circle are loyal to you? Air signs, you have the Two of Air. This is definitely giving stuck energy. Kind of similar to Earth's message, except the difference here is not so much that you have multiple options of like how to show up in the world. For you, air signs, what's happening is you're kind of standing still because you feel like there's two sides of you. There's two sides of you that feel like they're pulling almost equally. Like, I want to do this, but I also want to do this just as much. And this feels like a bigger issue than it really is. What you're failing to see is that there's a way to unite these two goals or these two interests. So you're feeling like you have to make a choice, but in reality, you don't. You don't have to choose between these two different areas where you can show up as a leader. You can do both. You can do both. The compass here is really interesting because it's almost like you're trying to decide what direction to go into, and that's not necessary. And specifically, it really feels like there's a decision to be made between one route, which maybe is more obviously financially abundant, this side of you that's connected to this gold, diamond jewelry here. It feels like there's a part of you that is being pulled in the direction that would make you more money versus the direction that would make you more connected with nature and with your own spirit. But the message that's coming through is you don't have to choose between the two. You can use the skills and the industry or the interests that are connected to your prosperity financially and your well-being and your stability financially, and incorporate your herbalism, incorporate your spirituality, incorporate your spiritual gifts to build a voice and a message that unites the two. So this feels like for some of you, you might be working in corporate spaces, but offering spiritual services. Like I know practitioners that I know someone who is a yoga teacher and a doula, but she only takes corporate clients. Only takes corporate clients. So she doesn't take individuals. She only goes into offices and businesses to lead like yoga retreats, wellness days for their employees, maternal days for their female employees, for their maternity leave employees. She advises companies and businesses on the wellness aspects that she has experience in. So she has found a way to unite her corporate experience and her desire to get paid corporate money, which is going to be more than individual clients for the most part. Um, so she has found a way to make sure that she is being paid, make sure that she's being paid well, making sure that she works with businesses instead of individuals, while also being able to do the work that she really wants to do. She's not pushing pencils. She's not, sitting in a cubicle. She is doing yoga and doula work. That is what she is connected to in nature and in her spirit, but she's doing it in the environment that allows her to be prosperous and that she's comfortable with as a former corporate employee. Okay, air signs, let me know if that makes sense. The two different paths that you feel like you're being split between, you don't have to do. You need to unite them. And that is how you are going to show up in your greatest capacity as a leader. Okay. So let's see what herb is coming through to support you with this. Oh, one of my favorites. Passion flower. Yep, nutrition consultant and makerspace. Oh, yeah, exactly. The nutrition and wellness element and also the engineering element. So bringing them together is your task for this new moon. They seem distant from one another. How do you unite these two things together? That is going to allow you to show up as a leader more than choosing one or the other. So the herb that will support you with that, Laurenberg, and all the other air signs is passion flower. I love passion flower. She is one of the first consciousness shifting herbs that I ever worked with, other than blue lotus. She is in several of my blends, my tea blends and smoke blends. Passion flower is going to help with sleeplessness, insomnia. Okay, she's not psychoactive. She's not like cannabis. You're not going to get high, quote unquote, but she does create a sense of euphoria. She helps with meditation and trance and dream work and sleep work. Similar to mugwort, if you've ever used mugwort, this is a great combination to mix with your mugwort. It's a little bit stronger. She's going to help you to get into a calm and restful mental state. The notes here on passion flower says to be inspired by examining this blossom in nature, which I highly recommend if you've never seen a passion flower. She's absolutely gorgeous. And she really brings in this energy of having two elements to her, because she's got sort of like hard parts and then soft parts. So she's kind of like, she looks like a combination of two different flowers. Okay, you can definitely drink passion flower as a tea. Like I said, mixing her with mugwort is a great idea. A little bit bitter, you're gonna need some honey for taste, but they go really, really well together. Or you can add it to a dream pillow, some type of a mojo bag that you can place under your pillow to help you to receive messages in your dreams. It doesn't say this in the book, but I can tell you from experience that you can also smoke her. So she's wonderful to add to the other things that you smoke, or to add to an herbal blend with mugwort and mullein. That would make a really nice smoke blend. My smoke blend lift off is similar to that. Yes, she's really gorgeous. Like you can kind of see from the picture, but I encourage you to look up in color so you can really see it. But she's got like this part in the middle and then her petals on the outside that look like a regular flower. So she looks like two flowers in one. And Spirit is saying, don't think you need to choose one path or the other. Being a leader for you and standing out in the crowd and being an example to all of those other people who also think that they have to choose one or the other is you bringing the two together and doing that in a really expert way. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Let's do water next. My water signs: Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. What is your new moon in Leo message? What do we have for the water sign, Spirit? How do they become leaders? Water signs, are you ready for this? You have the Six of Fire in reverse. Water signs, in order for you to fully step into being a leader, you are going to have to make peace with the fact that you are not always going to be congratulated and praised for the work that you do. There's a part of what you are trying to do in this world as a spiritual practitioner that is a bit performative. You might be focusing a little too heavily on things like likes on your social media pages and follow numbers. And either this is going to be different for every person that resonates with the water signs, but for some of you, you might be afraid to put yourself out there because you're telling yourself that you don't have enough followers, you don't have enough likes, you don't have enough attention on you, you're not getting enough like recognition, you're not getting enough praise and accolades for the things that you're doing, or you might be afraid that you don't have enough, right? Like, I haven't achieved enough. I haven't gotten this certification. I haven't risen to this level. I haven't gotten this award. I haven't this whatever. So you're stopping yourself from putting yourself out there because you're most likely comparing yourself to others. Like this image is so interesting because there's a face, but there's like multiple faces, and it feels like looking around, like, oh, well, this person's done that, and that person's done that, and that person has that already. And so you're psyching yourself out and preventing yourself from putting yourself out there because you're comparing yourself to what other people have achieved or what other people have gained. For some of you, this is maybe a little bit of bitterness about the work that you already have done and feeling kind of resentful that you haven't gotten the acknowledgement or the praise that you feel like you deserve just yet. So you may have already been building your spiritual practice and might have been thinking about like giving up because you're like, fuck this, like people don't get it. They don't want to spend money on what I have to offer. They don't take their spiritual well-being seriously enough. They don't take their health seriously enough. And like, I'm tired of trying to make you care about yourself. I'm tired of trying to make you have a better life, be a better person, et cetera, et cetera. And it's starting to make you bitter. It's starting to make you resentful. And that is preventing you from staying focused on why it is you are doing what you're here to do. You're not here to convince anybody of anything. You are not here to chase anybody for anything. You are here to attract. Just like these flames up above, you are here to attract. And right now, you're not attracting, you're chasing. You're trying to force people to become customers, force people to become clients, and you're becoming resentful and bitter when they are not responding. So you need to ask yourself, how do I shift from this masculine chase, chase, chase energy to this more feminine receive and attract energy? The people that are supposed to be in your tribe, the people that you are here to help, they are there. I promise you, they are there. But whenever you chase something, it runs away, right? If you've ever had a pet, you know this. If you ever had a cat, all right, or something like that, the minute you try to chase it and catch it, it runs away. If you just sit down on the couch, oh, now all of a sudden it wants to come and curl up on your lap. That's the energy that you need to have. You want to be sitting on the couch looking so comfortable that anybody passing by just wants to join you and cuddle up with you. So you don't need to chase anyone. Focus on making your presence and your life radiate with the same advantages that you're telling other people your work and your products can do for them. Right? If you want to teach people how to be healthy and get in shape, don't try to force people who are overweight to care about their health and care about getting in shape. You focus on eating well and getting in shape for yourself and showing the world your beautiful body, showing the world your healthy skin, showing the world your incredibly balanced meals. And you enjoy the process of being healthy and in shape, and other people are going to see that and they're just going to flock right to you. I saw Alex Hermosi give a really helpful piece of advice. I have not necessarily taken this advice, but I thought it was really smart. He said if he was to give anybody advice on their social media about how to promote their businesses, he would say, I never promote your business. I'm not saying do this. This is Alex Hermosi's advice. And I understand what he was saying. He was saying, don't promote your business on your social media at all. Just show people your fabulous life. Show people you doing the exact same things that you would teach or do for them. Show people you using the exact same products that you make that you want them to buy. Show them your life as a result of the advice, the guidance, the coaching that you have given to yourself. And when you do that, you will never have to say, I sell oils, I sell candles, I am a life coach. People are going to ask you, do you teach this? Do you sell those? Because they see how it's affecting your life and they want that. Okay, water signs. So now is the time to shift out of chasing and start attracting. Stop comparing yourself to others and, minimizing what you offer because you haven't reached certain milestones that others have. Just show the world your fabulous life or the fabulous parts of your life that are related to the things you offer to the world. They will come to you. It's time to start attracting. Water signs, you get it? Stop swimming upstream. Fire signs. Step to the front, fellow fire signs. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you, Laurenberg. Laurenberg, girl, got me together today. The herb for the water signs. Herb for the water signs. The herb for the water signs is hawthorn. Oh, one of my favorites. Hawthorn is my favorite heart herb. Okay. Heart-strong, heartfelt, blossoming fruition. Consider brewing hawthorn fruits for tea or making into jelly or syrup, or you can put the dried fruits in a sachet or mojo bag. I have a clump of hawthorn berries that I collected at last year's staycation on a nature hike on my ancestral altar for that exact same reason. Hawthorn is a heart opener. Medicinally, she's good for the heart. She helps with irregular heartbeats and with circulation. But spiritually, magically, she helps you to open up and to not be so frantic and to be receiving. So she's a wonderful herb for the message that you received, water sign. She will help you to calm down that sense of panic, because it's really when we chase things, it's out of fear. It's because we're afraid we're not going to get it. So we feel like we have to go, 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 chase it down. And hawthorn is going to help you to be in a place of receiving and receptivity, not chasing. Hawthorn is a berry that feeds the birds and the deers throughout the winter. Hawthorn does not have to do a damn thing but sit there and look juicy and nutritious and edible and bright red and gorgeous. All of the birds and all of the deer come looking for hawthorn, especially when times are hard in the cold fall and winter months. So be like hawthorn. They will come to you because they need you, especially during the hard times, because you are thriving and fruitful in a way that all of the others around you are not. So focus on being fruitful and they will come to you. Okay. Thank you, Laurenberg. Fire signs, fire signs. What is your new moon in Leo message? How are you stepping into leadership and cultivating loyalty? Oh, this is a beautiful design. It's so interesting how all of the cards kind of like paired up and were match. Fire signs, sun, moon, rising, my Leos, Aries, Sagittarius is the message coming through here is the 6 of air. It's time for a new environment, fire signs. It's time for a new environment. And it's so interesting because I am a fire sign, I am a Leo. And right now, above me, my piece of garbage neighbors are stomping like they're killing cockroaches up there. I absolutely hate these people. But it's okay because I recently casted a transmutation spell so that every single noise they make, every jump, every stomp, every argument, every loud music moment, everything that they do fuels my move. I'm ready to move. I've lived in this apartment for 13 years. I moved in right before my wedding and I'm now getting a divorce and I feel like this apartment is my married apartment and I'm ready to move to a place that is just mine. I'm ready to level up. I'm ready to live by the water. And so instead of signing a 2-year lease the way I usually do, I decided to sign a 1-year lease. And I have cast a transmutation spell. I was considering doing a hot foot spell like I did on the parking lot, but I was like, no. I don't want them to move out. I don't want them to move out and have some other piece of garbage people move in and have to deal with the same shit. I want them to stay. I want them to stay and I want them to be themselves. I want them to be the absolutely awful piece of garbage people that they are because I can take that energy and let it fuel my next chapter. And so that's what I'm doing. So there was a time where their noise made me angry and frustrated. And now every time they jump around, I'm like, do it, keep doing it, because you're only fueling my next chapter. And that's exactly what this energy is coming through here with the 6 of airs for my fire signs. You are ready for a different environment. You've outgrown the space that you've been in. And there may be a certain level of like sadness about that, or am I ready? Am I ready? Am I ready? And this new moon in Leo is going to give you an opportunity to see what your life could be like on the other side, to see how truly fabulous it could be if you weren't surrounded by mediocrity. Being a leader, like I watch other readers, on YouTube, like, whatever. I'm not going to poo-poo other readers, but you guys have seen this, right? Because you guys watch YouTube and you watch other readers. So those readers who like insist that like everybody who's watching is a leader, a star, a healer, everybody in the collective that's watching is like destined for some greatness. No, you're not. No, you're not. I'd like to believe that if this comes across your screen and you see this and this message is for you, but you also might just be on YouTube looking for shit and find this. And because you find this, I'm not going to be the person to be like, you found this message, it means that you're, no, it doesn't. Not necessarily. The vast majority of people in this world are basic ass bitches, period. Period. They were born basic. They will always be basic. They will never accomplish anything of significance in their lives. They came here to work for people like us. You understand? They came here to follow. In a previous lifetime, perhaps it was different, but we get a different story every time we come here. And we're not all leaders. We're not all stars. Some of you are, though, and you know you are. And the people around you are basic as fuck, and they're holding you back. They're poisoning the way you see yourself. They're limiting the possibilities that you see for yourself. They're haters. They're resentful. They're crab in a barrel type energy. They don't want to see you thrive. They don't want to see you be the best version of yourself because it only reminds them of how mediocre and basic and boring and useless they are. They don't want to let go of their previous visions of you. They want to insist that you are just like them, and you're not. And it's time for you to leave. It's time for you to move into a space that allows you to really shine. So until you get to that space, please don't minimize yourself for these people. Please do not minimize yourself in order to make them feel better about being losers. Please do not minimize yourself so that their feelings aren't hurt by how fabulous you are. Please stop saying things like, well, I think, and maybe. No, I know, and this is how it is. And let them be mad. You think you know everything. You think you're so smart. You think you're something special. Who do you think you are? I know who I am. I am special. I do know everything. And I came here to be that way. So shine on. And as best as you can, orchestrate a plan to get yourself away from them as soon as possible. Surround yourself with the people who encourage you, who uplift you, who see your greatness and are not intimidated by it. Surround yourself with people who have more than you, who are more accomplished than you, who are smarter than you, so that they can hold your hand and bring you into the room. And leave the other fucking crabs that are fighting in the barrel to fight with each other. Or climb the hell up out of there and leave them all behind. They don't deserve you. The ironic thing is, when you remove yourself from their environment and you put yourself where you can truly thrive, you'll actually be able to do more for them than you ever could while in the barrel with them. So if you climb out and you make it and you still give a shit about them for whatever reason, turn around, reach down into the barrel, and help up all of the other ones that want to get out too. Help elevate all the ones that are inside too. But don't stay in the barrel to make everybody feel better. It's time to move. It's time to leave that environment, fire signs. You're welcome, Crystal. I'm glad that message resonated with you, honey. Honey. So let's see what herb is coming through. For the 6 of air, we have the New England aster. I think is a daisy and aster. New England asters grow all over New York. Opening up, awakening, a time of reckoning, protection through times of painful growth and suffering. Oof. Okay. Brew tea from the fresh, sticky blossoms and leaves. Gather the flowers at the end of summer and use in meditations and art making. So the New England aster is showing up to help you through this because this is not going to be easy, fire signs. Yeah, this is resonating so hard for me. It's not going to be easy because it's going to require that you leave behind people that you genuinely care about and places and spaces that you genuinely care about. please know that you are not betraying them. You are not turning your back on them. You are putting your mask on in the airplane so that you can help others. You cannot let yourself go down like with everybody else. Okay? You can't let yourself do it. So New England Aster is going to help to soothe that feeling of guilt, you know, that feeling of like, oh my gosh, am I turning my back on the very people that I care about? Because you have to get up out of there. You have to get up out of there. Yeah. It is a scary thought, Crystal, for sure. Like, I feel this way when I think about my commitment to my neighborhood, to the South Bronx, to, like there was a part of me, I literally today was thinking the same thing where I was just like, maybe I should just stay. Maybe I should just stay. Like, maybe I should just tough it out and I should just stay. And I'm a Leo, so I am taking this message for myself as well. Like, no. I want a different life. I'm ready. I love, like, my place is fabulous. I'm not gonna lie. And I absolutely love it. But ultimately, it is not giving me everything that I need right now in life in order to truly be what I came here to be. So, as disappointing as it is, and as sad as it is to think of leaving a place I've been at for 13 years, that I spent my whole marriage at, that I've worked so hard to make so perfect for me, it has to be done. It has to be done. That rage that you're talking about, that anger, that is toxicity, literally. Anger, stress, resentment, these are poisons in our body. So as much as we care about the people that we're around or the environments that we're in, if they are filling us with rage, with resentment, that is poisonous and it is killing us spiritually, energetically, maybe even physically. So you have to get out of the poisonous environment. And I am grateful to New England Aster for showing up as an herb that can help us with that. When I was first shuffling, there was a card that jumped out that felt like it was a message for the entire collective. So before I jump into the bunker to take individual questions, I want to share this message with the collective. This card that jumped out for this new moon in Leo is the divine force of fire. And I want to see the herb that is associated with the divine force of fire, which is... Oh, this is interesting. Wait, hold on. What card is this here? Okay, here we go. This is like the King of Wands in other decks. The divine force of fire. And what is the very first word? I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on the page. Can y'all see that? Leadership. Leadership. This is a message for all of us. So I'm just going to read it. Leadership, conscious self, honor, worldliness, restlessness. When we find our centered leadership, we can create what the world needs. Be aware of yourself, your strengths, your limitations, your needs, your offers. This awareness allows you to function in balance with all of its existence. Burn without destroying, honoring the sacred alchemy of your own gifts. In reverse, are you pouring out activity while needing to practice stillness? How do you honor your wholeness? There's a quote here from Zora Neale Hurston. She says, "Sometimes I feel discriminated against, but it does not make me angry. It merely astonishes me. How can anyone deny themselves the pleasure of my company? It's beyond me." So, for those of you that are in environments surrounded by people who do not see how incredible you are, or see it and reject it because it makes them feel some kind of way, don't let it anger you. Don't let it upset you. Just be amazed that somebody would either fail to see what is standing right in front of them, or be so unhealed that they can't take advantage of it and partner with you and align themselves with you so that some of your greatness can rub off on them. There is a clip that went viral that is kind of a joke, but I often think about it. And it's a clip of DJ Khaled being interviewed by a interviewer, like podcast guy named Speedy Norman. Let me know in the chat if you know this clip. But they're sitting down together. Speedy is interviewing DJ Khaled, and DJ Khaled, who is kind of a ridiculous person, I understand. But you cannot deny that that man is confident in himself, right? He's sitting there and he's like, "Can you believe it? Can you believe it, Speedy?" And Speedy is like, "What? What?" And he's like, "There are people out there that didn't believe in us. Like, isn't that crazy that there are people that don't believe in us?" And Speedy laughs because DJ Khaled's delivery is kind of a little bit ridiculous. But I often think about that clip. You are not like everybody else. And anybody who doesn't believe that you're going to achieve absolutely everything you say you're going to achieve, like, it's actually kind of sad. It's actually kind of sad. It's almost funny that somebody could be that blind to the obvious. Either blind or unwilling to see what you really are because, like I said, it makes them feel some type of way. So whether they're blind or they're just in denial, at the end of the day, anybody that doesn't see your greatness and doesn't want to be a part of it, you should laugh at, because it's really unfortunate that they would basically screw themselves like that. The herb that is aligned with the divine force of fire is black pepper. It represents warmth, enhancement, strength, protection, removing the unwanted, third eye activation, and stamina. Use it in your foods or carry some peppercorns in your pocket. You could also add it to floor washes to cleanse your home if the negative individuals in your environment are in your house. You might make a protection mojo bag with peppercorns in it at your doorway, but definitely consider making a spray or a wash that you can use to wash down your floors, wash down your entryway, and keep that negative energy to a minimum while you work on getting yourself out of that environment entirely. All right, witches. Those are the collective messages for this new moon in Leo. That is your business forecast for this month's Tea and Tarot Live. I am now going to say goodbye to YouTube so I can take individual questions from the witches that are in the Hall of Magic in the bunker. If you want to be a part of the bunker, if you're looking for community, if you want to connect with other spiritual practitioners and entrepreneurs, take advantage of our weekly live co-working sessions, our monthly tea and tarots, all of the educational videos, resources, grants, recommendations, and other things that we are sharing with each other so that we can level up our spiritual businesses, then you want to be a part of the bunker. You can join the bunker for free for the first 7 days, so no commitment. Check it out, see how you like it, decide if you want to stick around. The link to join the bunker is in the description. And Bunker Witches, I am coming to you right now. All right, YouTube, it was great to see you all. Have a beautiful rest of the night. Happy new moon in Leo, and blessed be.